Ibrahim Traoré said no to Burna Boy. So Burna Boy posted on his status that he wants to support Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traoré by holding a free concert. This way, a lot of people from different parts of the countries will travel to Burkina Faso, and this way Burkina Faso is going to benefit a lot. But Ibrahim Traoré said no, and this is why.
Breaking news. No concerts in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger. The Sahel region cancel all concert for now. There is a recent news circulating about one of the biggest artists in Africa and in the world, Burna Boy, actually trying to give or indicating an interest to support Burkina Faso by throwing a free concert for Burkina Faso. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. It is a kind gesture towards Burkina Faso. But see, at the moment, we don't need concerts. We are not interested in concert at the moment. You are a great entertainer, you're a great performer. As a matter of fact, you are excellent in what you do. But you see, the matter that we have at hand right now does not require the people to be emotional or to be loose in their thinking. It is a moment of consolidation. It is a moment of thinking. We are dealing with restructuring Africa. We're dealing with rebuilding mindset. How to help the people to commit themselves intellectually, economically, and morally to self-development. Growth is not betrayal. And we want the continent to grow and prosper. And this is exactly what Burkina Faso is committed to right now. We cannot afford any form of distraction, any form of a threat, or any gathering that will bring threat and expose the military or the security forces. Right now is a time that Africa needs to reorganize, to reassess. Centuries of deprivation, of exploitation. I remember by history that in those days during the colonial era, which we still have the effect up to today, when serious issues are being discussed on the table, what they do is to gather the blacks for them to dance, to entertain them while they sit down and they write things that will not favor them. So we are people that easily carried away by excitement. We are not right now at the season of celebration. It is very easy to get Africans to dance. Very easy to get Africans to celebrate. Premature celebration has deprived Africa of their inheritance and their power. So what we're trying to do right now is to get Africa to commit themselves to their own growth. Listen, the growth gap, moving from potential to progress, is what we need to harness right now. By privilege, I have been privileged to have traveled quite a bit across the nations of the world, training people strategically on how to develop human capacity. And that is the same thing we're bringing on table for Africa. Africa, what is lacking in Africa is not potential. What is lacking in Africa is not resources. What is lacking in Africa is human capacity development. It's in Africa that you see opposition using money to entice people or music to entice people just to destroy things. It's only in Africa that you don't see structure put together. So we want to start training people so that we can start building our own structure. Across the nations of the world, you hear news of all kinds of things. We cannot depend on external forces to build our continent or our nations anymore. When you look at all the industries that actually control the minerals and the resources around Africa, they are all foreign owned. For example, when we talk about mining, all the major mining industry, they are owned by either Chinese, America, or France, or any other country. And then they give Africa peanut, maybe 0.001% or 3% or 2%. Now imagine if we could put our heads together to harness the power, develop ourselves, build systems, okay? In order for us to take advantage of our own resources, you're going to see that we have a lot of power. That is why what we need right now in Burkina Faso is not concert. We don't need music concert. It's a distraction to the people. It's a distraction to us. We want to focus on human capacity development. Now listen, many Africans are trapped in their past identity. You see, we have been given a name for decades, for centuries, that we are trying to untrap a lot of minds from this name and from this identity. What is holding Africa back is not lack of resources. It's not lack of population. It is lack of mindset. It's a mentality problem that we have. From leadership to followership, we have a huge problem. Sometimes in some places when you have good leaders, the followers would do anything to sabotage or to destroy the leader because they don't actually understand the concept of leadership. And there are places where we have good followership, but the leadership is messed up. So we need to actually build our continent through mindset development so that every single person living on the continent of Africa will become patriotic. It takes a patriotic mind for you not to be distracted. It takes a patriotic mind for you to be able to do what you need to do as an African, regardless of the office that you are holding, whether you are leading or you are following. We need to build ourselves to that level. So many Africans are trapped in their past identity, holding on to outdated mindset and systems. There are systems that we need to break down. There are systems that we need to destroy. There are systems that we need to let go. And there are other systems that we need to build. That is why I came up with the initiative to build human capacity development. And anyone who is interested in investing into Africa for human capacity development, you can reach out to me directly. Then we can work out a plan because we have every single material that we need to train Africans in order for us to be able to maximize our potentials. Are we together? One of the reasons why other countries, even as small as France is and other countries, they can control Africa is not because of their population, but it's simply because of the system they are able to build. And how were they able to build system? They were able to build system by human capacity development, and the people that are developed are able to put systems together. So the difference between Africa and the rest of the world, developed world, is the system that they put in place. And those systems are a result of the human power and human development that is in place. Are we together here? So growth requires us to let go of the familiar and embrace the future. Listen to this one here. The gap between our potential, no doubt we have potential. Africa has potential. Every nation in Africa, the 54 nations in Africa, we have potential. Every individual has potential, but the gap between the potential and our progress is not ability. Black race all over the world. Whenever we travel outside of Africa, you see that the potential and our ability begin to shine forth because we are now working in a system. So the gap between our potential and our progress, it is not ability, it is mentality. It is mentality. So we need to work on changing our mentality, building our mentality. So this is not the time for concerts. This is not the time for celebration. It's not the time for jubilation. It's not the time to dance. It's not the time to be on the street and get distracted, get emotional. This is not even the time for us to clap. You know, we see the economy of France going down because of everything that Africa is doing right now and their disconnection from Africa. You see, the reason why we mention all those things is not for you to clap and celebrate and rejoice. It's for us to refocus and start building. We are not inciting anything to make anybody work against anybody, but this is the time to restructure ourselves. It's the time to build. So no concert in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger. We don't need any concert.
Say that he's very happy that Burna Boy is trying to support Burkina Faso and to support him, but the West is still trying to take him out, and they are planting a lot of terrorists in Burkina Faso. They are trying to make sure that Burkina Faso is destroyed completely. And if there is a concert in Burkina Faso, the terrorists will see a chance, the West will see a chance to attack Burkina Faso again and also to attack those people. Holding a concert in Burkina Faso, it will require a lot of securities and a lot of money to make sure that everybody is safe. So the securities that he has, they are in different parts of Burkina Faso, making sure that people are safe. He said that he's working very hard to make sure that Burkina Faso is safe again. Already he have got back the territories which were occupied by terrorists. Burkina Faso is almost safe, and Burna Boy can come to perform later on, but not right now.
Ibrahim Traoré has gone ahead and said they don't want any form of distraction, emotion, or losing thinking, because it's a moment of consolidation of thinking that they are dealing with at the moment. We are actually trying to restructure Africa, how to help people commit themselves intellectually, economically, and morally to development. So they have gone ahead and said no gathering that might expose the military or forces, because it's time for Africa to restructure. And he has finished by saying, Burna Boy, thank you for the concert. We love you, but it's not the right time to hold the concert in Burkina Faso.
Power to Africa. Long live Africa. Long live Africa. Power to Africa. And to the imperialists and the West, finally, we appreciate America so much. We appreciate Donald Trump for so much, for telling us the truth, that indeed we are worthless, that indeed we can't do it, that indeed, I quote him, and respectfully apologize to Africans that really understand who they are, for me quoting this statement made by the delusional president of America, Donald Trump, that we are shitholes. Indeed, we want to clear our shithole. You know what? Back off. Let us clean our mess. Maybe it is somebody who did the mess, but we are ready to clear the mess. Allow us to clear the mess. Stay out. But we are telling them, today, they should go read the history. I know it is really ringing in their minds. There are a lot of videos saying it, that Africans are where we are now because they are not ready to allow us get to where we need to get to. And they use the army. And I say, the greatest weapon of the West today is not the missiles and the bombs and the other things they use. The greatest weapon is misinformation. African youth, wise up. Let them know that eyes are watching, ears are listening, brains are processing, and we are beginning to see who we are, and we will get there. And when the time comes, the color will speak for itself. For the army of America, we will see what it will be left with when the black Africans in there, the black Americans that call themselves, will start getting out of the army and start fighting for their skin, and start fighting for their last generation. The torture they went through, sailing through this Mediterranean Sea, they will remember that, hey, these people are not just the people we see them to be. These people were actually our backbone that we downplayed. And today, they have realized who they are, and they're going to rise up and fight. As for France, we are ready to take off the lights. And when the light goes off, you will see darkness. The darkness. Sorry? He has to sit back and allow Western media to intimidate them, to wrongfully, let them understand what we've been missing for too long. Because now, all these gadgets we are seeing here is actually sending the message. And you need nobody to tell you the truth. You just have to log it in and go and see for yourself. Read for yourself, and you see the truth. If you can't even read, nothing. just lock in Ibrahim Traoré. In the last 2 years, and you see the reason why Africa is where it is and why the West is coming back. We'll continue to rise and resist this. And I made this quote and I say this, that it's either they accept it is either they accept the realities of the revolution now, of this generation, or else they wait for the consequence of this revolution. No retrieve, no surrender.
If you had a black man, hate his resources. If you had a
Africa!
Africa must be free!
Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
Walk with Traoré!
Africa must unite!
Walk with Traoré!
Africa must unite!
Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
Walk with Traoré!
Africa must unite!
Walk with Traoré!
Africa must unite!
Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
Walk with Traoré!
Africa must unite!
We are walking with Traoré!
Africa must unite! Africa must unite! Africa must be free! Africa must be free! Africa must unite! Africa must unite! Africa must be free! Africa must be free!
Walk with Traoré!
Africa must unite!
Walk with Traoré!
Africa must unite!
Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
Hands up, Africa!
Ibrahim Traoré, if anything should happen to him, the entire world will have to deal with us, the youth. Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
Hands up, Africa!
Africa must be free!
So we are here today as an AU Day, not for joke.
Not at all.
We are here to send a message to the entire world that we are ready for them. An eye for an eye, a boot for boot. You kill one, we kill 10. You kill one, we kill 1,000. And no government of Africa can stop us. Because this is the revolution of the people.
Exactly.
We are not going back. What belongs to Africa must belong to us.
Exactly.
Years ago, I asked my wife.
What was able to do the tattoo is that Ibrahim Traoré is a long-waiting Messiah that we have been waiting for. And this is as my lifetime, and I want to make it initial to my body. Even if I die and resonate to another generation, the mark is still going to be there. Yeah.
So he is having Ibrahim Traoré's tattoo on his chest. Yeah, that's what he has done.
They don't respect you. So have some self-respect and stop respecting them. No white person is superior to you. No European is superior to you. We are equal. Yes, black people. We are equal. All humans are equal. No human being is superior to you. And don't allow any white person to make you feel they are superior. If you know true history, you will see that we taught them everything. Without black people, there will be no maths. Without black people, there will be no music. Without black people, there will be no surgery. Everything they know, they learn from us. And they took slaves like Sarah Batsman. They tore her apart, took her body, and they analyzed it. They used her to experiment on. They used African cells to develop things like cancer treatments. They use us all the time. So without us, what is Europe? Ask yourself. If they use, even our bodies are used to experiment with their medicines.
We must stand up with our brother. Ibrahim Traoré, Assimi Goïta, and Abdul Rahman Chani. We must stand with them and make sure, like our comrade said, an eye for an eye. Boot for a boot. You see? So we can't let nothing can happen to our leaders. Now, you saw what happened in Libya in 2011. So today is a new day. It's a new generation. And this new generation, we see, is standing with Traoré. And we're telling the whole world that if anything happens to that man, the sky is the limit.
Sky is the beginning.